How it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. I'm very excited to be jumping into this episode of Terraform. We have much to do, much to find, much to manipulate to our means. I'm Sir Feffers, the humble dungeon master of the Longshot table. I run 4 weekly streamed campaigns. And if you're interested, you can find them all on the YouTube or tune in on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. Pacific, mind you. And if you would like to join our community, we are over on the Discord, and you can find visual aids as well as various memes and the like, but most importantly, bingo. You will find campaign-related bingo over on the server. If you get a lineup or you have some questions or some theories or pictures or whatever have you, memes, you can head over to the respective channels over there and put them there. We will be recording tomorrow another episode of our podcast, Insight Check.
Yay!
I'm very excited. You can find that also over on the YouTube. The party, all the party members are banned from the podcast, as what that podcast is we talk about the coming ideas and workshopping different things for the campaign and such. It's a very fun time. What else?
Oh no, that's me now.
Yep. Usually an episode will focus on a specific campaign, but not always. Okay, what else? We have a LARP, a phenomenal LARP. You'll see some of the promos during our break times, called Heinefall. It is a phenomenal LARP event that happens in Texas, has events throughout the year. The big one, the Grand Gathering, I believe is in November and maybe October. I don't remember, but you can find more information about Heinefall at heinefall.com. That's heinefall.com. Go ahead and check that out. Lastly, my brain. There we go. Recap. The party is in the Isle of Sunton. There's a lot going on, primarily far and away on the mainland. A djinn known as Mirsky, wife to husband to Tati, is conning the church. One of the 12 pantheons, one of the 12 gods of the pantheons died like 3 years ago. And so enter the primordial djinn of storms, kind of fitting that narrative. The party has discovered this con and is aware of its potentially nefarious purposes, but they're not sure what they're trying to accomplish. Party has figured out a few weird things along the way. The party knows that Tati, Kalashtar, is hunted by nightmares. The party knows that these nightmares can latch on to entities and create a quarry, a hybrid nightmare that uses a host to exist within the physical realm. The party met an interesting individual of the Dreamshorn known as Werna, and he led them to the Ryix outpost within the giant ruin of Yipik. Here the party studies the strange giant lore that Ryix has figured out, that the giants used to demolish the dragons. Long ago and far away, there was a coalition of dimensions, of panes, if you will, that giants warred against the dragons. This was a massive undertaking, and the giants resulted to some pretty heinous acts. Some pretty terrifying and horrific things. And Ryix has figured out like 1% of this tech to do terrible things to the dragons. While this is going on, the Wild Hunt is here somewhere on this island, causing mayhem and mischief. Werna looks for Tawny, the leader of the Wild Hunt. Robin, who is not here with us this night, or Taylor is not here with us this night, has recently found her father, Baton Ryix, who has turned against the Ryix family due to the horrible things they're doing to these dragons, turning them into steeds for the nobility. Sika has discovered some of these strange rituals. It seems that House Ryix will obliterate the mind in the shell so that it might be more subservient in an attempt to wipe out the evil that is in these chromatic dragons. And if anybody needs this clearly spelled out, that's fucked up. It's fucked up. That is super dark and horrific. I can't say that. That next part. That part isn't that part. With more atrocities on the horizon.
No.
With more atrocities on the horizon and many more things to discern, we pick up within this anti-magic field, hunted by a shadow dragon. The party has put together that the shadow dragon is a quarry, a bonded host system of this seemingly brass dragon that has been overtaken by shadow. Last thing, Tenebris, the god of despair, the one that turned against the rest of the Pantheon and is one of the core antagonists in the Rotten Toil campaign, has something to do with this shadow dragon. When I think it was Sika called upon the name Tenebris, it might have been.
It was
Robin.
It was Robin.
Robin, thank you.
Because,
Robin.
Kazak's like, remember?
And 8 people lined up with clipboards of names. And then go, try this one. Try this
The
one,
first
try
one
this
to
try this one.
ping was that of Tenebris, the god of despair.
Fuck that guy. He
There's
tried
a
to
lot
kill me.
going on, and there's even more to see. I believe we have a phenomenal recap now as well for some of the more immediate stuff going on. But the party has also found a corgi. Now, that's very important because corgis are adorable. Kazric has been spending a lot
Name's
of time being a corgi along with this corgi, and has since kind of popped back out and is helping along the way. What else? There's a lot going on. Sika has found Luminin related to Mere Sky as well, and how the Freaquins returned Luminin, of which Sika is also one. Also learned that some of them left Mere Sky and Tati's retinue before the Lost Ones were formed. The others that stayed became Sika's ancestry. What?
Also learning to teleport from the Freaquin.
Yeah, learning various magics. To that end, the party is still trying to figure out exactly what Mere Sky and Tati are up to. What do they want? What is all this for? That is something the party is still trying to figure out, and they found little bits and pieces here and there along the way. But for now, let's go to the crew. Ben, would you like to go
Hi,
first?
my name is Ben Brainard, and I'm playing Zito Barbera, the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. And lately, the party does seem to think that traps are really only like a 1 room per dungeon thing.
One time.
And that's all he needed.
They're like umbrellas. There's only 7 of them in the world.
Yep. Everybody else is trying to get theirs back. We found a camp. It's protected from Shadow Dragon. And Zito was like, let's search camp for stuff. And it was hinted at that communications may have been found from this outpost to main post.
Mm-hmm.
So, intrigued by comms. Real world band stuff, writing D&D books. I have one that introduces a bunch of subclasses that use hit dice to power abilities. I have one that's revamping all of the crafting system in D&D. There's a link on my website for that. You can go to my website. And then I'm streaming more. Watch me play Elden Ring tomorrow. Last but not least, fun fact about Zito. He's not allergic to very many things, but he does have a belief rooted in no evidence at all that those allergies don't also apply to the same things on this plane of existence.
Okay, like allergies
so
work
often
different.
He's like, well, I'm only allergic to to the dairy products of my plane of existence. So that means the dairy. So every like 3 months, he does drink a glass of milk, hoping that he's like, nah, that just wasn't the right batch. Like I have to get it out of my system.
It's like when you forget that you can't eat one specific fast food, and every like year or so, you have to go through that process all over again.
He so far he has found the allergies persist. Annie.
Yeah, hi. I am Annie, here to learn 5 on all platforms. You guys know me as the Twitch mod around here, but I am currently playing Paya Minette Brigitte Renaud. She is a cleric, the Incarnation domain, one of the hit die subclasses made by Ben. And she is currently without God. She had no idea where that dude went. He's been hit or miss, not sure to try and get a hold of him. She actually currently has to, she gets to roll an advantage now, but she has about a 50-50 chance of being able to cast spells if she wants to. And so she's constantly on the lookout for him. She also, lost her adopted, I guess. I don't know about adopted would be the right word. Just kind of like de facto dad. Also, she's lost a lot of parents. It's been a lot of loss. But she's looking for him too. But that one's going to be a little trickier. And currently, she's also a little worried about there being a shadow dragon just hanging around Sentinel, which is where she lives. That's where she comes from. So yeah, on the lookout for our god and dad and just always losing something. Fun fact about Pi is her birthday is canonically March 14th.
Oh,
Pi
Day.
Pi Day.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. CV.
Hello, everybody. My name is Omega Jones, also known as CritBard across all social media channels. My pronouns are he and they. I'm a professional actor and vocalist from the Midwest turned tabletop designer, gamer, host, moderator, Twitch partner, jack of all trades, master of like 3 of them. Today, I am playing Kazric, our resident apothecary alchemist, DeWoblin. Shout out to Mage Press, who created the alchemist class, amongst many other classes, including the martyr that you see on Saturday over on Bayonet, where he creates potions, bombs, salves, bombs, tinctures, more bombs. And Kazakh is, here, looking for his people that are here at some around. But in the safety of this anti-magic chamber, it's just going to get a little bit of work done while I believe we were resting, technically. And especially being one of the few people other than our big old punch man that can do things in this anti-magic field, because my stuff's not magic. It's a good time. It's a good time. Fun fact about Kazric. I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Annie. Kazric doesn't know his birthday because birthdays don't exist in the feud.
Aw.
Wild.
Well, I guess if you've
I like
never had
that.
a birthday, it's not an awe thing.
It's not necessarily I mean, there is a circadian vibe, but it's less about like the day you were born. It's just more about the seasons and what comes next. So,
Zito chooses to believe that when you said birthdays don't exist, Zito's like, oh, so you are not birthed. And he has not questioned. He didn't say that out loud. He thought that, and he has not questioned.
Just as locked away.
Yep.
He was hatched.
That's fair. He hatched, yes.
He doesn't want to think about it, but he wasn't birthed.
Yeah, that's probably a day, but he doesn't know it, nor does he think about it. And that's okay. Shane.
Hi everyone, my name's Shane Whalley. It's lovely to meet you. Hope you have yourself a wonderful day. I'm playing Sick of the College Road Bard, having a great time. Also, you can find me anywhere as Shane Whalley. Sick hanging out in the anti-magic field. Always a fun time when you lose a piece of yourself every time you walk into one. And so that's great. A little bit of morbid curiosity going through him since he's now studying the stuff that killed him. Great. But all of that all in one go, definitely curious. I don't think he was technically there for when the name calling started for the big dragon and whatnot, since he was out reading and studying a lot of the arcane notes. So, you know, the whole building shaking is danger in his mind right now. So, so that's what we have for him. Excited to see what happens with that. And yeah, cool. Oh yeah, his fun fact. I didn't think we were going to do birthdays. I don't have a birthday date set for Sika, but his fun fact that I did set up was that he had to spend a whole day polymorphed as a sheep because he lost a bet while he was at a tavern.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So he had to stay as a sheep and just be there.
Did you enjoy it? What do you mean? Stop. What do you mean by the last 2 lines? What do you mean? What do you mean by be there on display? What do you mean by that?
Oh, because he failed, so he had to be there in the shame corner.
It's giving has to chill by the fireplace at the local tavern we've stopped by for the duration of the night and just deal with all the kids that are trying to pet you. And the drunks.
I used to be the kid cow at Chick-fil-A. Same vibe.
Oh my god.
Same exact vibe.
Ben, keep talking.
Okay, I can keep talking.
Yeah, you're
I'll
dipping
just,
into the red
revert
on
to
my end. You look good.
Oh, and the game he lost
Yeah.
is called Hazard. If you want to learn more about Hazard, it was a 17th and 18th century gambling game involving casters and bettors.
Fascinating. I'm gonna look into that later.
Yeah.
For now, Sika,
Hi.
that deep rumbling roar, too low to hear, but felt all around, gives you a sense of urgency. Roll investigation or arcana as you continue to look through the findings of Ryex's studies and rituals.
26 Arcana.
Okay.
I must say, totally their scene. Kazakh was helping in that sequence, so if you can give the help action, I would.
Do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I will roll again. Cool.
Hey, just in case.
Yeah. 26 still.
The two of you are putting your heads together. And bop bop and bop bop. 26 is wildly impressive, Sika.
Yay.
It's that's ridiculous. Here are the puzzle pieces you put together. Do you remember the combination lock rod that was being used by Robin and House Ryx? It stored memories and was had to put on a pedestal and kind of showed those memories to the room. Okay.
Yeah.
Images of a dance. Images of this ritual are found amongst the tablets and scrolls you find. You see they depict a giant dancing.
3 giants, sir?
One giant dancing amongst 3 pillars. And each of these pillars has that same chunk of rotary combination feel. So there's like 10 feet of pillar and then a chunk of another 10 feet, and it looks like it can rotate. Mm-hmm. Okay. It shows memories being poured into the dancer in the moment of the ritual. Now, Ryx's augmentations. You find 2 rods amongst the roughage, but not a third. I don't want to show the full hand here, but you also learn that the golden dandelions are a component of this ritual.
Does it state how?
Yes. They are mashed. Not ground down, but like melted down until they can form points, veins stabbed into the ground. So they took these living golden metal flowers and melted them down into spikes. Those melted down spikes are driven into various specific places that you will dance within the 3 pillars. And finally, you learn that location is very important for where this ritual can happen.
Okay.
Ben is suspicious.
I have a theory, but I feel like saying it out loud would be metagaming.
You said they're placed in specific places. And what?
On the map, like geographical locations.
So, okay, that will throw me. So, the dandelion spikes are placed in these geological positions, or just
No, so 3 factors. 1, you need these 3 pillars, or you need these 3 rods that are memory locks.
Yep.
You need those on the outside. You're in the middle.
Yeah.
You, the giant, are in the middle. And then in between you and the pillars are all these little golden spikes driven into the ground in an order.
Got it.
Are they like arranged in, like, you said it's 3 pillars? Sorry, I'm doing note stuff. 3 pillars, is it like top, back, or is it
Yeah. It's very Graham's focus. It's very Graham looking. I'm not gonna give exacts because we don't need like this much of this much this where and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a little vaguer than that, but you start learning of this ritual, and all the while a dance. Now, so 3 things: pillars, gold, location. Specifically, the living gold of these golden dandelions.
Oh, we yeah. We were in a field with them, with the guy tending to them underneath them.
Now, what Ryx's issue that they ran into and had to find workarounds was scale.
And this one was 200 feet across, or no, it was 2 miles. 2 miles.
I don't know where you're getting that.
When we were over in the other place, and we had to scale the mountain, but then instead we decided to walk or hover our way across them, and Robin left a dandelion inside of that place.
When I say scale, I mean big to small, small to big.
Yeah.
You're not a giant.
No.
You're a medium-sized humanoid, and so are the people of Ryx. So they had to try to figure out a workaround, and that's why you have in the picture pillars, and here the results of the Ryx works rods.
One more time.
You got big pillars for the giants.
Yep.
That, and synonymously for a medium-sized creature, you've got the rods. Which means there's a scaling factor.
Got it. Sorry.
And finally, it needs to be in a specific location. Well, not a specific. The location itself needs to meet certain checks.
Okay.
So it's not like one place, but the place that you do it is important.
Does the notes talk about their past locations at all?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a reason Ryx isn't really still here, is because the location can also be found off island. But the one here seems to go into detail about the difficulties they had of doing the ritual in the volcano. The wound in the investiture tectonic ley lines that the dragons came from.
Huh.
So then I'm curious then, when we were over in the fortress in Pardon and I did the thing there, what could have been that was in the volcano as well, wasn't it?
No volcano. I mean, it had a volcano, but it was not in the volcano. It was at a point. There was a weirway that was moved there.
Yeah.
And it was a place where a lot of dragons fought a lot of wizards. But could there be more import to the location?
Yes, we're going back. Let's go.
Not necessarily.
So, taking in from this information, something to do with where investiture, the way ley lines may have been disrupted, is where they harness their capabilities to do these performances.
Ben, say something for me.
Hi, my name is Ben.
Oh.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I found the issue, but now I'm like, I'll figure out why it continues to be an issue. But
Okay.
But you know that. Well, are you sharing your discoveries out loud?
Oh yes,
Okay.
Everything I'm talking is with everyone who's there. So it's probably just Hazard.
Pi, you know that there's a city in that volcano, but it's pretty small. An E1T city
Yeah.
that has recovered since its eruption.
Right. I mean, it's a place we could very easily go. I mean,
You'll need to get all your ducks in order first, I will say.
Oh.
There's a certain amount of you need to the topic of scaling. To the topic of scaling, you need a lot of this living gold.
when it says living gold, it sounds to me like it's saying that it should still be like in the ground, like growing.
Not necessarily.
Is that what it means?
Not necessarily. But you're looking... Okay. Let's get everybody to... Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
The giant hole in the map.
Mm-hmm.
What caused that again?
Unknown!
Interesting. And we found out at some point that it is the site of like a constellation.
Yep.
Interesting. And Sika's people, the Luminen, are like star
Yep.
people. Okay.
Ancestors, yep.
I'm gonna go home.
I'm missing a context.
So am I think.
Zito's
but-
putting a few... Well, Ben's putting a few threads together and finding that they're synonymous.
Constellation not part of this campaign.
No, that. Well, it's part of this world, and what happened was the ancient. There was a couple of ancient civilizations that one of which Tati belonged to, that each represented a constellation, and they had weirways.
Mm-hmm.
The hole in the ground, big ass hole in the ground. I'm sure Shane remembers. You've mentioned it a few times. The party has found out used to be the location of one of these villages, one of these ancient villages.
Can you repost the map? Because I am not visualizing what y'all are talking about right now.
Yeah, I got you.
We spent a lot more time with the hole in the ground last campaign, so
Oh, because I'm like, I don't remember hole in ground.
Yeah, you guys.
we definitely touched on it, and it's like something that's part of the world that you
Sure,
would
yeah,
know,
yeah.
But
Okay.
You
stand
guys
by.
passed one not that long ago. There was a lot of goats nearby, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
there's holes in the ground, or then there's the hole in the ground. It sounds like we're talking about a hole.
We're talking about a hole,
I'm
but there are
blanking.
like 3 holes out there. 2 of which are on the island. One of which is even bigger and can be found on the map. But okay. You're gonna see the word thorn as your location to zoom in on. In that sandy area next to the word thorn, in between the city of Cairn and the bridge, you're gonna see a hole in the ground.
There
Big
it is.
ass hole in the ground. That is the
Yes.
one Ben is putting forward. Now,
Gotcha. And that used to be an ancient city.
yes.
Okay.
more importantly, it's like it's an important location on a star map,
Gotcha.
which Thanagar has the info, like more specific info about. But, oh, we left Thanagar's old ass behind.
His old ass is back in the estates. With us is Adeline, Helivethea, Baton, Soren,
The 2 Luminen.
the 2 Luminen, Genton, and Hather, as well as Rampant and Werna. Werna being the new guy, the shapeshifter, the
Changeling?
changeling. Thank you.
Okay. Apparently, yes.
And he is a member of the Dreamshorn, the leader of which the party has met, Vant.
Right. Okay. Cool. I don't know what else to do with that information.
Oh
Jess.
boy.
Pie.
So,
Yes.
Make an intelligence check. Make a history check for me.
A history check. Great.
And then
There we go.
Sika, Kazric. I'm going to have Rampant as well roll intelligence checks.
Just flat intelligence or something within it?
Flat intelligence.
my roll's my roll.
It's a 21.
Do I have no bonus intelligence? That's great. 16.
24.
24. 16. Kazric. You look at the pillars in the visual, in the kind of drawings of the giant dancing, and you look at the rods. Both are stone. And as you continue to look, you see a blemish in one of them that you can see in one of the other, and you realize that these are the exact same pillars that have been shrunk down. The Ryx's solution was to shrink the ritual down so that a medium-sized creature could do the dance. Now, if that's true, what we're looking at, Pi, is a metric ton of living gold required. And who's got that? What'd you get on your history check?
21.
You, on a hunch, pull out the Sunton currency. A gold coin.
Oh my gosh.
And you've always known they were magical. They've been, the narrative being that that's a protective measure so that the currency can't be counterfeit. And who's got a lot of gold coins in the city of Minutes?
Would that be Varian?
who runs the bank. The Sunton Mint, you realize, has been growing their currency.
Holy shit. So all those dandelions that are the fields and fields and fields of dandelions is just them.
Well, the fields and fields and fields are just that. It's being used. Not those fields themselves, but the golden dandelion
Okay.
is probably being grown and then melted down into currency.
Melted down into currency. Holy shit. Okay.
It's the only
Capitalism.
stock large enough of this golden metal that would be readily at hand.
And the mint is just in minutes. Like,
There's only
with-
2 cities in on the
Presumably-
Sunton Isle. It's the big one and then the little one in the volcano. So it's not like some huge thing. It might just be a means to have your currency be something that you can control and help your society, but there could be something more nefarious going on.
there's always something more nefarious going on.
Who's to say?
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, Pi is shook and thinking so we're gonna have to get out of here somehow. And go to minutes. She's pulls herself together and communicates. So, fun fact, if we want to do this ritual, I think we're gonna have to go to the city. Correct?
Really
Got
quick,
that right?
The ritual is to do what specifically?
Okay. Yeah. No. Good question. So it's.
I'm like,
It's-
we're skipping a thing. I'm like, yeah, we found the ritual. We can know what it's
found the ritual. Upon doing the ritual, you'll get more information on the ritual, but you'll need these memory rods activate once the ritual begins.
for. Hold on. You
No,
just
hey,
asked a scientist. Just to put it in perspective, you ask a scientist to look at a solution, but not know how to get to said solution.
I'm getting
just
there.
trust that the solution's okay.
I'm getting
no.
there. You've got 2 of the 3 rods
You
already.
can't work here without prior work experience.
You've got 2 of the 3 rods already. The ritual itself will be using the Ryix and therefore the giant rituals to separate the quarry from the shadow dragon, from the shadow and the dragon.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's going to require a few steps. And to do
Understood.
that, you're going to need the money in the bank of the city of Minutes, and then
Are you telling us we need to rob a bank?
bank heist. Long
Jesus
walk for bank
Christ.
heist.
Are there any doors?
Yes, vaults even. But we need to then get the money from the city of Minutes and then go to a location that the ritual can be done, such as the volcano or one of these holes.
But we gotta bring the dragon with us, don't we?
The dragon is terrorizing the island. So that does localize
So-
our options a bit.
I'm
So
not so worried about the dragon following us.
But I mean, we don't have. Okay, hold on a second. Does the thing say anything about how close we have to be to this dragon in order to perform this ritual?
Yeah, it's got to
can
be
look.
right there.
Okay.
So-
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so as much as it would be exciting to do the big hole, it almost sounds like we need to do it here at the volcano.
it doesn't have to be the big hole. The big hole is underneath the constellation. There are several. There's like what 13, 12 or 13 constellation points that we can go to.
Gotcha.
One is on the island. So there is a big hole. There is a small big hole. Two of them on island. So you've got options. You've got volcano or you've got hole. You're not sure which would be ideal. But those are the immediate options that come to mind.
Really quickly, sorry, Omega, just you got to go back real quick.
You're good.
We know that the Shadow Dragon is a quarry that has connected with a dragon, or a nightmare, whatever, it has connected to the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
We want them separate to do what?
Well, A, it's a metallic dragon. B,
Yes, that's going to get us a lot of information, 1,000%.
B,
Yeah.
you know that Tenebris is involved somehow.
Sure,
Off of its reaction.
that name just came up.
And
though.
you know,
So, yeah.
and you know that the nightmares are hunting Tati.
Gotcha.
A Kalishtar, specifically,
Their favorite food.
which is important because Kalishtar don't dream.
Famously hunted by nightmares.
Gotcha. Is there a world? I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page because my brain just overloaded with all the things that are here. We want potentially Nightmare to go after Tati for us.
No. You need to know what's going on with these nightmares. Because you
Sure.
know that Tati and Mirsky are doing something with the Stormfather. With the in the Stormfather's name.
The Nightmare
Revolving
might
these
have all
nightmares.
information as well. I'll make sure to say the things out. I think we talk about it out of care. You know, just trying to make sure.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. Just putting all the points. Okay.
But
Perhaps
there was also like I didn't get a chance to bring this up with Soren at the end of last episode, but there was a mention of crystals because the people performing these rituals needed the crystals to survive the ritual. And
Yeah. As we saw
there
with
was a
Sika's
connection
death.
with the Stormfather and the crystals and the amount of dragons that were being tamed by Ryx increased tenfold about a year and a half ago, roughly around the same time the Stormfather went missing.
Right.
Correct.
You said something about my death?
Yes, the ritual kills you, so you need a way to not die.
The crystal is apparently the way to not die.
Well, I don't have a crystal, so I must have to teach someone how to dance then.
Sitting there cheerleading for Kazric.
Kazric, bust a move.
Come on, Kazric!
I have a -1 to intelligence. Gang. I mean, to charisma gang. No, that's funny. Okay, so just look at this. Is a lot of stuff. We need to go to minutes to get the flowers or the coins.
And there's
get
a
the
third
coins.
pillar somewhere.
Yeah,
and we gotta
gotta
find a rod pillar.
Yeah.
Or something
Yeah.
in the variety of that scope. How are we starting?
Well,
How are we starting is your question?
Yeah,
we got to get out of here somehow.
exactly. So that's gonna be a problem. She points out to wherever the voice of the Shadow Dragon's probably screaming out or something. Just
It's still rumbling and tumbling, that's for certain.
About that, I might have an idea.
yeah.
It's not a great idea. It's
Ideas are not
kind of a
necessarily
dangerous idea.
an idea
Okay, so
can't
here's
have a moral. The person behind the idea can.
You're gonna question my morals after this.
I lick things for science.
Fair. Okay, so here's the thing. So this is an anti-magic field, right?
Yeah.
So the rules of the anti-magic field have one very notable loophole.
Oh.
I don't.
It's magic that is done by a deity cannot be suppressed by
This
an
is
anti-magic
true.
field.
Now, that doesn't mean clerical magic works.
No, it doesn't. Like, my magic wouldn't work, but my gods would.
We got a god just randomly around here?
Ben just realized what I'm going to do.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I have this thing that I can do where I'm an incarnation cleric.
Yep.
An incarnation cleric is able to take on the what's the word I'm looking for? They become the deity.
The mantle.
They take on the mantle, and so I kind of become.
So you're like Mirror Sky?
You can
Not
become
like-
a god. Sorry,
Temporarily?
You stick it like really interesting.
Kajic as well,
Temporary-
for an entirely different reason.
Just temporarily, and there's a cost though. Okay, so you remember when I gave Zito like half of my life essence in order to bring him back? This takes all of it,
Okay.
Oh, I've died once, honey. You can do it. It's fine.
plus half again.
I'm not understand. So you can become a being that has ascended to some type of god status. Okay.
Just temporarily.
Thing? I don't listen. From my understanding,
great
gods
question.
suck. So I'm trying
It's a
to
great
figure out.
philosophical conundrum, isn't it?
Yeah, this is yeah.
Just trying to understand.
What was your question?
I just don't understand real God stuff. So I'm just trying
That's cool.
to see
No,
if
that's
this
totally
is a
understandable.
bad thing or like this is how does this get us out of?
Okay, so here's my thought. I can do a spell while I'm in this elevated form temporarily. I get to perform the miracle. I have the ability to do this thing called a switcheroo, which I can trade places with something of gargantuan size if I cast it at 9th level. And I can do it from inside the anti-magic field.
And you
You wanna
wash
bring it-
Trapping
dragon?
it. I'm going to trade places with it and trap it inside the anti-magic field.
You saw the creature chase you guys to this anti-magic field, and once it started to cross that threshold, it unwound, and you could see the brass dragon within coil back.
So if it comes in here, could it technically be saved, and then we could actually like talk to it?
If the Ryx
hoping-
ritual is completed and the dragon is kept in the anti-magic field during that duration.
Okay, so we need to do the ritual and then get it into this place.
We need to get it into this place, keep it there, do the ritual while it's there.
Okay, so hear me out. One, I'm going to be watching all of you as you do this god thing. Just be prepared. But if you are switching places,
Yes.
do you have a safety net in case he is like 600, 700, 2,000 feet in the air?
Well, ideally, I'll wait until he lands somewhere. I have a
Thing
range.
that goes through terrain, you know. We can hope. But
Well, I would hope that, if it's sitting still or get it close to the ground, it just kind of.
If it
come
was
up
in
with
the anti-magic field, it would not be able to go through the ground, as it would just be the copper dragon with the quarry mind. And the Ryx, and what Ryx does is the mind manipulation of dragons.
Mhm.
So it'll be kind of held in place for you too.
Well,
Okay.
you're gonna have to hold it in place. You're gonna have to. The party is gonna have to. Zito is gonna have to hold this dragon down in this anti-magic field.
so does
But it'll just hang out in there. It can't leave the anti-magic field once I put it in there, right?
It can. We'll have to keep it there. But it would never go into the anti-magic field willingly. So the switcheroo gets it there, and then there's a
Right.
bit of a fight as Sika or whoever is doing this ritual.
So are we doing the ritual in this anti-magic place?
You need to get your hands on an anti-magic field and go to the right place after going to the City of Minutes to get the components.
Okay, so I won't lie. Omega's very confused.
Yeah,
I
it's
love everything
convoluted.
here. I know, I love everything here. I just need to make sure. The idea right now is get Shadow Dragon into anti-magic field by the incarnation power that Pi has. Understand that. The question is when. Because we either need to get to the bank to steal the stuff and have the ritual ready, or we switch, it's stuck here, and then we go to bank.
No,
But one
it
of
won't
those has
stay
to
on its
happen
own.
first.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
You need to
exactly.
go to the bank
Okay.
first.
So
You need to get the components.
We cannot switch
Not
until
yet.
we get stuff.
Right, not yet.
There we
Yeah.
go.
We gotta
I'm
get
like, wait,
all
hold
our
on.
ducks in a row first.
So then
Okay,
the
'cause-
next question still becomes, we have to get out of the anti-magic field without the Shadow Dragon knowing.
Time out though. If it won't go into the anti-magic field willingly, I thought it wouldn't leave the anti-magic field willingly.
Yeah, but 100%
It's not a
would.
force cage.
Yeah, it's not a force cage.
Well, the
So you remember?
nightmare that's controlling its mind can't enter the anti-magic field. But once it's in the anti-magic field, the nightmare's not controlling its mind anymore. It's just a brass dragon that wants to kill us.
It
and they're
is still controlling its mind, but it goes from quarry to just brass dragon. Do you remember when Venom gets hit with the bell in the Spider-Man movie, and then the Venom symbiote like starts getting off of Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're looking at here. The bell is the anti-magic field.
Yeah,
And-
so you understand, an anti-magic field isn't like a bubble that they can't get out of.
Right.
Something drastic is going to happen when it lands, but then it's going to try to get the heck out of Dodge.
Which is where the party
Okay.
will be needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now metallic dragons are inherently good.
Yes, but this one has a nightmare riding
Yeah.
riding the in the
I
behind the steering
read
wheel, as it were.
somewhere. I read somewhere that brass dragons are like really talkative and like personable and stuff.
They're really
this
good
one-
natured.
Can't talk.
Well, it's
So
not.
that leads me to
it's,
wonder
it's,
why not.
It's now a quarry.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
now
it's like something
a
that, like-
nightmare creature. It's a nightmare is using the host is using the brass dragon as a host.
Okay.
Yes, I echo what Omega was saying, because it's just like we have all these options now, but now we have to figure out what is the steps to do each one, because we have to get out of here first, which is right. And I can try and do a shadow portal, no problem. But will the dragon know about that, right? Because he seemed to have found us somehow once we were running out there, no matter what. Was it the parsley? Maybe I had a good sense of smell, but I don't know.
Parsley.
Did it? A couple of questions. Did it seem like, how to say this in the most non-mechanical way? Did it seem like the minute we stepped out of the space, it was able to sense us, or did it have to like actively start scanning?
You guys don't know because it chased you here.
Yes, and we were
And
in a
it's still
path without
kind of
trace while that happened, which is making Kadric know
Above
can
the
it-
table, we rolled really high on our D100 encounters.
No,
So-
that's fine. Yeah.
So above the table, that's how we got here. Lore-wise, yeah, it picked up on you guys and came a hunting.
Okay, I was asking because we were so stealthed and it still saw us. Kadric thinks it doesn't matter how stealthed we are; it can see us. So
Agreed.
that's what I'm trying to understand.
Agree. It is
because
there
they're-
is a certain supernatural sense that it has.
Okay. The next thing is Kadric has many potions he can make. They just all are costly. It's going to depend how long we're in here. The magic won't work unless you're standing outside. Stand outside means you're going to see it. I can make my stuff in here fine. I can make us oils of etherealness so we can travel into the ethereal plane just to get out of this area while it's not focused on us. And then potentially once we're far enough away, we can come out of that. Just
That's
Correct me if
good
I'm wrong,
idea.
but for some reason, something in my mind is reminding me about this dragon being able to be in both ethereal and this.
Nightmares. So good question. Nightmares are usually in the ethereal, but then can haunt someone's dreams to the point where the creature dies and the nightmares manifest in the physical realm. And so you'll find quarry here, nightmares in the ethereal, which are like lesser quarry.
So if we do this potion, does that mean that we would be embracing around its nightmare?
Embracing around its nightmare. You're not sure.
Okay.
You do know that this quarry, this shadow dragon, is here in the physical.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's not currently in this area. It hasn't really seemed to blip out of the physical either.
Right.
So I would think not, but I don't know. That's just a thought. That's something I can do. It just costs a lot of reagent dice, so it just depends on.
What has it done since Robin invoked the name of Tenebris?
Raged.
Oh, yeah,
there have been more breath attacks, and what that looks like is that wreath of shadowy fire kind of bathing the area, not able to penetrate the anti-magic field. And that just happened. So there's still this ongoing rumble. The ground is shaking, the rocks kind of quivering. Old tents that you see here and there are collapsing. And that seems to be an ongoing anger. It does appear here and there, kind of dipping into sight, flying around. You guys are indoors, inside the giant city of Yipik, so a massive ceiling, like 100 feet high, big ass room that has, and then House Ryix has set up here, and they're no more, killed by Werna.
Okay.
If House Ryix were here and they had set up this anti-magic field, that means they were very well aware of this dragon and the dangers therein.
Agreed.
The anti-magic field would not have been the only precaution they set up against it.
Agreed.
They would also have
That's
a way
true.
to get in and
How
out
would they get in?
without
Yeah.
the dragon knowing.
Yeah, it
So-
feels like, I don't think they would have to always resort to a drastic type of measure to get in and out of this place.
You know
Is
they
there
got serious
something-
money.
Sure.
So you're right.
Doesn't
Serious
mean
means
Doesn't mean
and
doesn't
powerful
mean-
individuals.
Serious means is not turned into a god. That's
No,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
So
It does sound like there's something we just don't know. Maybe we don't have access to that.
If there's any one thing that I know about the military, it's that they want to spend as little money as possible on the actual soldiers in the field. So, relying on a very expensive means for their soldiers to get into and out of is probably not great.
Well-
now, if there was a civilian contractor that was doing that, they would throw all the money at that. But that's just a little.
You
bit
do
of,
find
So do we-
where the anti-magic field is emanating from. It's this.
good.
It's this. The thing that immediately comes to mind is almost like a collar, but not a collar. It's too big. But it is this ring with a clasp that opens and closes.
Is it portable?
It's pretty big.
That's not what I asked. Is it portable?
To someone
How
like
big?
Zito, might slow him down a little bit. But it is something that Zito could feasibly heft.
Because that makes more sense.
So are you saying that we
Big is this portable object?
not big enough.
So I don't understand how you would suggest. I mean, if we just walk around like boy in a bubble with the anti-magic field around us, that feels unwieldy.
1 moment, please.
Unless we shrink it.
Hi. 1 moment, please. No, I got
Can I just try to pick it up?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything.
See, we did ask for one moment, please. I will say.
Heavy
No. Please do. No,
Okay.
no. I'm just looking for a very specific thing. I can make a potion that reduces this.
So you don't make an athletics.
If it needs to be. What are you?
Would you like assistance? I have a pretty high athletics.
I don't need it.
Let them help. Let them help.
31.
Oh, never mind. He doesn't need my help.
You go over to this ring. Kazakh begins studying it and coming up with a few theories. And with a 31, you're able to lift one end up like a tire, like a wheel. And you're able to roll it from there. However, clasped,
Just heavily sighing the whole time.
the clasp being open is what activates the anti-magic field. So if you're gonna roll it along, it'll be off. It's heavy
What's that
enough that
holds
you're
it
able to
open?
roll it along.
Well, what if I casually create a potions of diminishing that
Diminution?
thing? That
Yeah.
thing, yeah. Which can affect an object to reduce it by one size category. And I can specifically like toss my potion on things to deal with the effects. Doesn't have to be drank. So is that possible? I'm not gonna do it yet.
Oh.
He just like he's no, Catcher doesn't just automatically go. He will lick something fast, but he's just like, he can just carry that, right? One. Yeah, and he just starts putting shit together. Yeah, that is actually one of my custom potions I can make for 3 reagent dice. I will do that immediately because now as a
you
level
give-
20 alchemist, I can do it as an action.
Can you give me the dimensions of it as it stands right now? I'm just curious.
Well, it's
How
not that
big
it's
it is.
massive, it's that it's heavy.
No, I just want to know how
big.
big it is.
Yeah, let's say it's about 5 feet around. Interwoven
around or
metals
5
and
feet?
artificery.
Now, the thing about it, it does only last a minute, but it's enough to get us started. And if I need to, I can keep making more, putting more on it.
– 5 feet across or 5 feet around?
5 feet around.
Oh,
Big.
That's not that big, actually.
It's very heavy, though.
Well, yeah, I get that. It's a density, not a...
And what we also could do, I don't know if our spellcasters, good old Pi and Sika and your different ways, we can not gamify this, but gamify this in the sense that get it out, get a little bit of distance, then time a closing and a teleport.
So, question for the DM.
Yes, that's me. Hello.
Let me pull up the spell. So, it takes me about a minute to cast teleportation circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're closing this anti-magic and stuff, am I still allowed to, in the anti-magic field, draw the teleportation circle?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, I would
And
say
then-
you can get the ball rolling outside, well, like while within the anti-magic field.
And then when it comes to casting it, is it like, since I've been preparing the thing for us to go,
Then you need to be out of the anti-magic field's effects to do
and
so.
and it would be like cast as soon as the magic field's done, or do I have to wait the
Yeah, so what it is that someone else is holding their action to turn it off.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so I just start doing it and then going from there.
Yeah,
Now,
you just start getting
okay.
kind of dancy with it, and then suddenly...
And yeah, we don't have to move from this place at all. We can.
The thing is, where are we going to teleport to? Where would you guys like to go? I think that's
know
home.
Stunton.
We would need a teleportation circle to go to.
the other side.
I
Pi.
know of.
Would have the teleportation circle to the City of Minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot
I
of
know-
people in this party. How many people can get through a teleportation circle? Just double checking.
8,
8. Uh-oh.
I believe.
We might be over. We might be over our number. If we're counting Nop, which of course we're counting Nop.
Any
Nop.
creature that enters my
No.
portal instantly teleports within 5 feet. Doesn't say anything.
And my
about
corgi.
My does not have a people limit.
Nope, there's no people.
How
Okay.
long does the teleportation circle last for?
It says one round.
Everyone can hold an action and bolt through.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how we've been doing it.
And so all I would need then, Pi, I'll say this in care, Pi, if you have a teleportation circle that you know of to get us somewhere, and if we work on trying to move this in the ways that Kazric has mentioned, I can study this. It's just only taking me about a minute of studying. But if you have every detail down in your mind for me, then I can recreate that one. I know a few teleportation circles just to the party, so I know how to get us home. And I have the one that I've been dying to try that I saw the Frequent make back in that dream. But if we want to do the one where you think we could go, Pi.
I'm sure that there's the the government building. I'm sure in the middle of minutes would have one.
How would they feel with all of us showing up randomly?
So, to be clear, there is a teleportation circle that is like public transit in every city. So it would not be weird to just show up.
Oh, cool. That makes sense.
Well, usually
Yeah,
it's run by
that's
the
what-
Church of Death.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So yeah, if you have that in there, we can go there. But I just want to at least let everyone know that those are the 3 that I currently know.
Zito?
I'm always down to try the
Yeah.
unknown. But
So, geez.
Yes, Cito.
There's nothing around here that looks like it maybe was a contraption or a device or a vehicle built specifically to move this ring.
If there was, it's rotted.
like carried by a giant, maybe.
Also,
It wasn't built
you
by
do know that Ryx uses skyships and dragons. So,
Okay, that makes sense.
And there's
No,
no
I can-
skyships or dragons laying around. I mean, they didn't
This place
fly
is
out
like-
of here. They died out of here.
This place is like a.
Well, that was where
that was the volcano.
Yeah.
I dropped a die.
Ooh.
Check your
Mark the
bingo
bingo
boards.
cards.
It's gone. I
So,
don't trust
okay.
it. Hang on, I do need to find this. It was a D4. That's
Oh,
a hazard. That's
yeah,
a
don't lose
safety
that.
hazard. I'm listening though.
So yeah, I'm very surprised that we wouldn't have something in. If this was a big enough outpost, you'd think that there would be a teleportation circle here.
It doesn't seem like a big outpost to me. Seems like a.
Be disappointed in the House Ryx. They will continue to disappoint with their
Yeah,
heinous acts.
Yeah.
Okay.
This doesn't feel like a public. Like I'm just gonna walk into this anti-magic field to start doing stuff. I don't know. It feels very specialized.
Okay.
That's just me though. So just to understand what the potential is, Kazric shrink it a little bit, so it's more portable. We
Yeah.
hold act while this is happening. Sick is getting the teleportation circle ready.
Right.
Close at the same time as yeet out of here with everybody rushing through as well. That leaves
Correct.
Shadow Dragon until later, where we can incarnate, switcheroo them into the normal
that
anti-magic
we
once
can-
we've robbed the bank.
And once you're getting your bombs ready, I'm going to be studying from Pi, so that at least I can get that done and make it faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, then Kazric will make a potion. Yeah, you see him get some things from his little kit, including, just a bunch of stuff. Just, hey, there's a dragon here, so let's just put some essence of dragon tooth in there. Let's just put a bunch of other things, some gold shavings. I don't know. Just mixing some things up, but
Just your spice rack of
yes, so many different things. Yeah, a mushroom that is known for getting big and small. From a certain fade wonderland. I don't know. And then
got it from my friend Alice.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, Alice, another goblin. But yeah, he will within 6 seconds mechanically make a potion of Shrinky Boy. And go, yeah, this is probably right. I'm not gonna lick it yet.
Small tongue.
What do I do with Zoe? Do I just bring Zoe with?
Oh, Zoe's going with.
Okay. I'm happy to bring her with. I love it, but
if you remember correctly, there was if I remember correctly, Owner got yoinked by the Shadow Dragon.
Was it Owner?
Kazric, whoever had the leash, was super into Kazric. Saw a goblin, resonated with the goblin.
Because they were with the goblins
on the
before.
collar, there is a return address within the city of Minutes.
Yes. Okay, there we go. So we'll bring him home too.
Yep.
2 corgis, 1 stone.
Okay.
And then, sorry, really quickly, this is actually important. Feff, you said it last session, but we kind of went back through. Are we considering this a short rest?
Yes.
Great.
I was just going to say that.
Thank you. That's going to matter because if I'm using that, I have 11 left. So I have 8 left. Just thinking about what we're doing because my potions last for 24 hours.
Is there a reason why we couldn't take a long rest?
No.
No, I don't think
I
so.
could use one.
Zito's original suggestion was we wait here until the beast gets hungry.
It goes away.
Okay.
I mean, we could also put that into part of the plan. We could just wait till it flies off and then put the plan in place. We don't have to have it sitting right there, like looking at us and drooling. Well, we can wait until it goes away.
So, will we be taking this anti-magic with us into the portal?
Attempt. That's the that's the idea of the attempt. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be closed, so it actually won't be on to make sure the magic works.
Okay, and so if we bring it to the portal, that's great, because I was just thinking, how are we going to get back to this beautiful bubble? So,
we'll get back.
All right. We're going to grab our first break there. We'll be back. Enjoy this promo for Heinefall. Huzzah! And with that, we return. It's a long rest. But man, if it's not very tense all the same. Because we pissed the Shadow Dragon off. It's not going anywhere. The appeal of, oh man, wait for it to get hungry was a good plan. However, we're running into the problem with this thing is not bestial. It's evil. And so the logic of wait for it to get hungry works if it was an animal. But this is
that like a killer's thing? Where it's like, are we human or are we dancers?
I don't know.
It's either a beast or it's evil.
I like it. This thing is now bent on you all. And it's starting to learn that it can't just deal with you immediately. And so it's beginning to prowl. It's not necessarily hiding.
I want to make
that
sure
this thing doesn't need to eat.
Not necessarily, but it does. It is made of shadow, so that's not off the table.
Well, it's made out of brass dragon.
Yes, this is true.
I want to make sure it's said that upon the long rest finishing, Sika would be playing some music to give people his inspiration. So everyone will have heroic inspiration.
And give me a little performance check. We'll see how you do.
Sure, let's do this. Let's go.
Is it Irish?
Yes, and you'll be doing a jig. 30.
30. It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's impressive. And I think the person who is like most wrapped by this is Hather.
Yeah.
Yeah, who kind of at one point like had some kind of tea and was kind of resting and just became kind of enthralled with your performance. And
Feff, really quickly, start the music on and off.
oh,
Or
thank
refresh
you.
it.
Good reminder. Good reminder. Good shout. Hather, you see a for everyone who's got an insight over, let's say 17, would notice just a hint of amorous attraction, a bit of emotion there.
You just like seeing me move my hips, or is this like you like the music?
They like your performance. And if I remember correctly, Hather, is she they? Genton is the mask presenting one. But there's just a little bit of what, just kind of an extended, their eyes are just kind of staying on you. It's not anything like overt, but yeah, everyone with a passive insight over 16 would kind of pick up on this.
At the end as well, he probably took like the last watch, if that was watches. Just one, trying to cook something for the party. He actually enjoys. He didn't get to do it a lot, but
I feel like it'd be unconventional too. Like the heat
he's
source
not-
is some kind of chemical reaction, but that somehow enhances the food or something. I don't know.
Cornelia
Yes
has
and-
been licked.
yes and no. Yeah, well,
As long as it doesn't contain mushrooms, I'm fine.
it might. But just goblins in general. They use fires. They know how to cook. They know
Very
how to put
true.
things together.
Very
He's
true.
very nature focused. I think he's actually a really good cook if he wants to be. Now, is he adding all
Definitely.
these spices and seasonings? Probably, but also that's just nature versus it tastes good. But yeah, he would probably do that in the same breath of getting together a couple of potions, which I've already told the party, but just to say out loud, Sika and Zito have a potion of heroism. So if you drink that, you get 10 temp HP, and you have the effects of bless for an hour. I also have the potion of diminution, and a potion of speed for myself if I need it later. Just ready to go. But yeah, is ready pretty quickly once getting everybody's food and stuff and things to potentially yeet this potion onto this anti-magic field and get it closed for Sika's mutation teleportation.
Yeah.
Pi has in the over the break, just briefly, besides her once over that she always does on herself, this corgi is sparkling. It has never been cleaner. It is just its fur is like flowing in the wind. Like, it is a whole shampoo
The rippling
commercial.
sheen. Glossy.
Yes. She's very, very happy with it. If you're going with me, you have to.
Excellent fare. Is there anything else we want to cover during our long rest?
What? Okay. What do I have in it? What did I find in here as far as like comms?
As far as comms go, you find 2 copper bracelets.
Do they have any sort of like markings or anything on there?
They look
that
like
would-
an archaic form of some of the stuff that you guys use in the Mage Breakers now. Yeah, they're arcane artifacts, and they're very old.
Could they be something like sending stones or something similar to sending
They're
stones?
exactly like sending stones, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think I would, upon finding them, I think I would probably give them to Kazric. And just like, I don't know exactly what these are, but I can make some guesses. They seem similar to the devices that the Mage Breakers use for communications when in the field. I don't know if they'll work inside of this anti-magic field, but if there's someone in here that I trust to figure that shit out.
Just takes the 2 bracelets. Okay. If they're just communication and they're shut off in this magic stuff, then once we're out of the magic stuff, they may be usable, and or there's always a chance that these don't connect to each other. They connect outward to someone else. So
Make
just something
That's the
an
hope.
Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Yes. He said,
Doesn't Sika have identify? Oh, he couldn't cast it right now, I suppose. So.
Yeah. It's probably also less about what they do. I don't know if that'll give me where they go to, but anyway.
Probably not, but...
I mean, good shout though.
Don't expect to
Wait,
see hands in the
help
magic
me.
field.
24.
But I mean, if they're super old, are they big too?
no, older does not mean bigger like in the real world, tech-wise. But
No, I meant like giant
like
size.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were sitting there like how computers were bigger. I'm so sorry for making that assumption. The 24. No. So first answer question is they're not big like for giants. They're Ryek's loot. You've stumbled upon something, Kazric and Zito, that I was really hoping to sneak in. One of these, you learn, Kazric, as you study the magic item, is quote-unquote on. And if you hadn't discovered this fact, it's quite possible the House Ryeks would have learned quite a bit about you all. And a near bullet has been dodged.
You are mean.
I have to scratch out a half page on my notes.
Good job, team.
It's on, but they couldn't hear anything right now. But once we got out, it could have been stuff that they like. Yeah,
Ryeks
Yes.
don't
Yes.
know shit.
How do these things work? Like, is it telepathic communication if you put it on?
It's actually an external kind of like resonant noise that emanates from the wire. Like it's almost like a telephone. But obviously very arcane. It is
So
using arcane means to do so.
I can
And
only
they know
get
nothing
messages.
about us.
No. Sorry, it does work as a conversation. Like you could talk at the wire once you've turned it on, and it will connect somewhere. You don't control how connect or who to connect. You just can turn it on or off, and it works like you opening a audible line. And I was gonna say that if you rolled a 20, and let you kind of see if you could figure it out, but you rolled a 24. And the DC for figuring out that additional bit of information was 24.
Oh, wow. My bad.
No,
That's
congratulations. You know what? Have inspo, you bastard.
To confirm, they learned nothing of us, like because of the anti-magic field, they heard nothing about us.
Correct.
Is that right? Okay.
They're not working right now, but they're switched
There
on.
could have been a chance. Yeah, there could have been a chance that that learned stuff later because we didn't realize. Yeah. I think he would note that. Oh, magic stuff. I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming to me and thinking that I have the academic capability to understand the arcanic means. However, I come from druids. Sika, can you turn this off?
Turn what off? What?
It's technically, well, once we get out of here, it's still on technically. So it needs to be like the magic removed from it.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I can absolutely agree.
Bracelet, if closed, on. Bracelet, if kind of clapped on and the ring is parted, it is off. So you can close one of the open rings, and you know that it will be off.
Oh, okay.
While it's closed.
Yes.
Oh, that's so backwards. Okay. That
I
makes
know.
sense. While it's closed,
It was
it's
intentional
on.
because I was
While
trying,
it's
trying to mess with you guys.
Oh, you mother.
And I was like, I'll have one on and one off. They'll be lost entirely. They'll never figure this out. No. DC was
Looks like I'm
24.
like, sure, click.
Somewhere, so God weeps. It's the one I am God joke I'll allow myself.
And I will say he's also thinking. I'm assuming with the 24, understand that like, if it opens back up at all, someone on the other line can listen. Which is why he said, "Can you remove the magic so we don't have to worry about that connection still existing at all?"
That's
He doesn't even know that. He does just what he's thinking.
If you want to break the magic item, if you want to remove its magical properties, you can with enough force. But you can have it turned off. Magic items are difficult to break. But while it's in this anti-magic field, for example, even though it's turned on, it is dead in the water.
Yeah, understood. That makes sense. Kazrig is coming to the understanding that there is someone technically currently on this other line. Either we break the line or we remove the magic entirely. Either way, right now, to the understanding, we can't ever use it because it's connected to someone else. So it might not ever be useful for us. The only use it is to turn it off so they don't have that connection anymore. That's what Kadrik's thinking, unless they can be rerouted. That is not a circus.
Where now?
Good
All those-
evening.
Yeah, could it be? All those Riots members that you killed,
Yes.
were any of them wearing one of these?
Yes, actually, one was.
Fascinating.
He was pulling at it when I killed him. He did not succeed in using it, I think. He wore it on his wrist.
Think.
Well, if I am following correctly with what you have said here about your revelations of how this works, yes, I can say with confidence that it did not get out.
Do you remember what that man sounded like?
Please do not kill me. And then I killed him. It was good.
Did he kill everybody in the anti-magic field?
I found them elsewhere.
As a changeling,
He kind of freezes
do
up.
you remember what that man sounded like?
He leans back, kind of looks at you for a moment, looks around. Robin's sleeping. His secret is somewhat out. And he sits back and begins to speak in a voice you recognize. Torl. Ye who you saved from the hands of the Wild Hunt.
I was scared you were going to say that.
I'm gonna take the bracelet, toss it to Ware, and go, "Good, you're Torl now." And I'm just gonna
You
walk
would
off.
tell me what to do with my own abilities. Roll persuasion.
You want to kill these guys or not?
It's a good persuasion. It's a good thing to say.
It's not terrible.
Can I give him
What
guidance?
kind of?
Too late.
Oh, and this isn't after the long rest either. Okay. Well, 13.
I have not
isn't
fully
active on
decided that I will come with you. But there are things in the City of Minutes that I do need. I will help you with this. As even though he's in the anti-magic field, he shifts into that individual. And you recognize him, Party Annie, not so much you, I apologize. But it's the spitting image of Toril. The only thing that belies he is who he was is a scar that remains. Starts in the center of his chin and goes down into the shirt. As if
think that
someone
was
took an
on-
axe to him, dead into his neck and chin.
That was on Wirna.
Yes, and it stays onto Two-Wheel. Oh, sorry, onto Two-Wheel, onto Toril.
And that's how we know that it's not the real Toril, is because he's got this star.
Yeah, it's pretty faint, but you would notice it because it's the one thing that stays put, as the rest of the bone structure and facial features, everything changes.
Okay.
Moves a little bit. You see he's physically moving his tics and facial expressions around and kind of doing the mental shift in his head now as he sifts. And then in that voice he goes, "Did you like the old one? It's one of my favorite forms to take."
What was he before? I thought he was just like
He was one of
colorless,
the
shapeless change.
No, you briefly saw him colorless, shapeless when he did the first body swap with one of the Wild Hunt soldiers.
Mm.
I will keep that one for later, I think.
Does he have to be in Toril's... I mean, just for my knowledge, does he have to be in Toril's form in order to do Toril's voice? Is that how that works?
Yes, actually.
Interesting.
There are above table there are feats that allow mimicry, but the mimicry feature is something that is stuck to, that is pointedly structured around shifting from one to the other. So I would say that to get what he needs, yes, he does have to shift because he's adopting the right vocal cords and the like.
And then assuming that he understands that if somebody calls in from Ryx to try and find out what's going on with the Ryx, we can then put him off the
Dream
scent.
Shorn are not new to this concept.
Okay. Neat.
One more thing I wanted to do before the long rest was pull Soren aside.
You wake him up. Hi. What is it, Zero?
They have him. Ryx has the Stormfather.
What makes you say that?
Think about it. We learned that this fucking dragon, whatever, kills the person doing the ritual. So they need the crystals to do it.
Hi.
Who makes the crystals? The Stormfather. Stormfather's been gone about 1.5 years. How long ago did the amount of dragons being tamed skyrocket?
He's gotta make a history check. There's a hole in your theory. The Stormfather makes glass that perspires and is painful to the touch. The crystals are not something that the Stormfather makes, but his leaving heralded their appearances. But I think you're right in that Ryx has a specific way to get a hold of more crystals. Maybe they have his corpse.
Above the table. Maybe I'm not understanding, because we spoke about there's a connection between. Like,
And
the
I
Stormfather and
didn't
the
say
crystal.
yes or no. I was very like, oh, there's another theory, stuff like that. And so you're investigating the theory, and I'm responding to it. But there was a certain amount of like interesting. I didn't above the table like fully confirm it.
Okay.
I didn't want to yuck your yum right out the gate, but there is a difference between what the Stormfather creates in the glass to the crystals that appear that are manifested chunks of the pain. Now, those
I assume the Stormfather's exit or whatever happened to them was enough to make the crystals start growing, which is why they specifically have that glass or that that blue streak or the perspiration about them, because in this instance it was something that he happened to be connected to, but he is not the creator.
Exactly. Soren parrots what Rampant said when the tier 3 crystal was made, in that when the pain is damaged enough, then we find the appearances of these crystals. And an important factor is that the Stormfather's seal was around when these things came to be. Seal's gone. Seal's been
these things are
bypassed, and now they're picking up. Now they're picking up.
Okay, so yeah, that
So yes, but
doesn't-
yes, but twist
yeah.
a little bit.
doesn't change necessarily the message that.
Ryx could have
Yeah.
something.
So
connected to
Soren,
the Father.
while speaking up and doing a few clarifications, is nodding along and eventually says, "What if they've got his corpse?"
Feel a lot easier than maintaining a living god.
This feels a bit big. House Thorn is who they answer to, and from what I understand, they're pretty loyal. Could this be something that Ryx could do without Thorn finding out? Or is
The
Thorn
only
in on
thing Thorn truly cares about is dragons for riding into battle.
it? Aye.
So, if we are to assume that Thorn is ignorant of the evils here, they could just be happy that they have more dragons to ride and actively choosing to not seek more information about that. I would not like to think about the ramifications of what happens if all of House Thorn is aware.
And this was also after the time that the chain circle was taken out. Because the chain circle would have known. You can't tell me they wouldn't have known.
I
This lines up.
assumed they would have known.
This lines up, Cito. Well, the chain circle would never have allowed Ryx to be independent with that much power. Ominous words spoken in hushed corners.
I have to ask really quickly. Obviously not part of that, but just the question is now. I'm worried. It shouldn't be. We just talked about Ryx having rituals of condensing scale.
Mm-hmm.
A god, even if dead, is still big.
Mm-hmm.
Does the ritual mention anything about divinity?
No.
Could ritual have been used on dead god?
Rituals work on dragons.
rituals also work on, or I don't want to say ritual. They learned how to shrink a pillar to a rod.
Yes.
That energy.
Suspicious.
But I'm saying, if they can shrink a pillar into a rod, they can shrink a dead god corpse into something else.
The logic is
Talking
sound.
about
The logic is sound.
Ryx potentially having a god, they have the ability to bring them to our level, technically. Or
Specifically Ryx, because they've shrunk this particular ritual.
Anyway, that's a lot, but still.
Can I ask a question about just the whole dragon ritual in general? When they do this ritual, and it takes away the dragon's free will.
There's different rituals. One obliterates the mind of the dragon, and these are just what Ryx has figured out from the giants, because the giants had a lot more.
Right.
And another ritual that puts in a new one that they can cultivate and create in the first place. It's very fucked up. And requires
when you say
dark sacrifice.
When you say cultivates a new one, how much control are we talking? Are we
Good
talking
question.
like
It's not very clear, I'll say.
not very clear? So like
The
innate belief?
initial idea was, how do we take these inherently evil dragons and make them not evil? And that was an excuse.
Right.
That was an excuse.
Very perks of being a wallflower.
Okay. I was just curious. Sorry, carry on.
Crunch munch. The party gets a long rest. Go ahead.
Nope. But
Okay. Party gets a long rest. Kiki, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Sika, with Pai's help, studies this teleportation circle and gets it ready. Zito takes the arcane artifact of the anti-magic field and rolls it into place. Kazric procures the potion of diminution. Zito and Kazric hold their action as Sika begins to dance.
Ends.
Cast a spell. Begin the 10-minute ritual of the teleportation circle. 1 minute ritual of the teleportation magic. Is everyone ready?
Yeah, I've probably organized and gotten everyone ready to go,
Have you
so we
all-
can like boom, 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 boom.
Checking your potions of heroism.
They currently have heroic benefits from the feast they just took.
No, from the performance.
Thank you.
No, that's heroic inspiration. This is for our bless.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah. So,
Stacks nicely then.
if Kazric believes that this is something that he should have now, he'll definitely take it now.
It's giving the when I was on tour, every morning they'd wake up and one person would come out with like little cups of like, what was it? Like juice. It was a specific juice that was supposed to help keep everyone healthy. And it gives Kazric wakes
actually.
up and starts handing out the good juice.
Honestly, yeah.
Pedialyte.
No,
Right,
it's
exactly.
probably like ew. No, it's funny
It's
because
Pedialyte.
emergency.
Y'all were doing shots of
So you
Pedialyte.
guys are,
oh, you're wrong. It actually makes a lot more sense because of how herbal he is. It would be like a ginger turmeric, like it'd be
Like
like
zinc.
one of those
Yeah.
shots.
So we can call it, here is your Sika's Moosh Boosh.
Hi,
Okay.
Pedialyte, get out.
Yeah. Zito's like just sniffs it and just takes a shot, grabs a bottle of Gatorade, just downs a bottle of Gatorade.
Yeah,
Now this is electrolytes.
I'll do the potion now, because if that's what
Okay.
seems to be the best point for
Yeah,
them.
it lasts for an hour, so it's
good to have in the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
glug,
temp
glug.
HP and then bonus
Nice.
It's like
to
Pedialyte.
yeah.
yeah. So that's bonus to hit, right?
Hit and saving throw. 1d4.
What flavor Pedialyte is the potion?
No, it's like ginger, turmeric, but it does have like the mechanical benefits that you would see in like a Gatorade. And he's still an alchemist. He's got the vitamins.
A little zinc
There's
in
a
there so
reason
you
they
don't
put
get
so
a
much
cold.
sugar in the Gatorade.
It's fantastic.
Sika,
Otherwise, it's gross.
Yes.
tell me about your minute ritual and then cast it. Procking Zito and Kazrik's held actions.
So Sika would just be in the position for enough space for everyone to get around, and you would see him with just some nice little chalks that he's gathered through his adventures, different colors, and starts placing them in the same symmetry that was shown to him by Pi, and it's being the fact that this is something he just studied in the first little bit, he doesn't have too much of emotional connection to its embracing, so he would just start filling it out, occasionally just muttering a few things under his breath, but it's like, no, it has to be like this. Yes, okay. And then he just starts filling it out.
Okay. The time comes, Kazrik, with a glance from Sika and Pi, you pour the potion along the arcane now wheel that is up. And go ahead, Sika.
Just saying, I am almost done. Be prepared.
Okay.
Like 20 seconds.
The ring does in fact shrink. And Zito, just as Sika's about to finish, you clasp the ring, and the anti-magic field goes away. The teleportation circle lights up, and everyone starts booking it. Zito, make it a athletics check at advantage as you heft the demunitized artifact and make for the teleportation circle. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope you guys are having a good time.
33.
33. You heft this thing. And there's
Thank
a little
you
bit
for
of
the advantage, by the way. That was a 16 on the other.
ground cracks a little underfoot, and you move through the space. I'll say this. As everyone dashes for the space, who's the last one to go in?
I would.
I'm gonna be last one.
Zito.
I have a really good reason.
With my portal. Oh, so sorry. I was saying with Sick in his portals, he likes to be the last one. But if someone has a convenient argument, he'll listen.
Zito, I would advise you getting through as fast as possible, as you're the one carrying the heavy thing.
That's fair.
Okay.
I think, like, if the other two are specifically waiting to go last, Zito would, like, I would make sure to try to be the last one.
Okay.
But with, like, an eye on the dragon.
Yeah.
That's I was like, Zito wants to be here in case this dragon charges.
Okay. Rampant goes in. Helavathea goes in. Nop, after looking around for a little bit, would be able to be encouraged to move through. Baton goes in. Soren goes in. Adeline steps through. Jenton, Hather, Rampant, they all go through. Sika and Pi. Kazrik, you going through?
Yeah.
Kazrik
He would make
goes
sure that
through.
Robin gets through.
Zito, needing to accomplish the thing, seeing everybody booking it through. You're going through. You see that Sika and Pi want to wait. Pi, Sika.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to step through.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that Werna is still standing there. And you can see that they're on the fence.
Oh no.
Yo,
Right now we need to go.
Would you please come with us?
Both of you roll persuasion.
16.
35.
Yes, let's go. And he steps through with the party.
Phew.
Whew. As Sika, you turn to look back through the portal and close it, you see the eye far off look at you, the shadowy entity that is the nightmarish entity that is the shadow dragon looks at you, and then it quickly realizes what you're about, but it's too late.
I bow and wink and then leave.
Oh, the disrespect. The disrespect.
Love it.
Oh yeah, poke the pride and ego of a dragon.
Audacity.
Thank you. Okay, cool. So, gang, good news. Welcome to the City of Minutes.
Yay!
Yay!
Annie, would you like to do the honors and post the picture?
Absolutely, I would.
This beautiful port city that is multi-tiered and multi-shelved is alight. It is early evening here at the City of Minutes, and you can see many of the ships have kind of come to port, and there is somewhat of a tone of fear as the city is under the terror of this shadow dragon. The shadow dragon's big, and it's a problem for the entire island. And so you can see a lot of people, whilst it is busy and populated and society is moving along, people are furtively looking to the skies or looking into the shadows. And there is a certain high presence of guards, and you can see many soldiers at many walls and a few even warships that are close to port that are keeping careful vigil on the skies and in the depths. The city is gorgeous. It has expanded significantly from the little swamp village that you remember, Pi. In fact, I would say that it's still so overstimulating. However, it does still smell like the swampland home that you remember. Gorgeous city with a couple of different bigger buildings built into the back end of it, kind of into that cliff, and a few buildings on top of the various edges. A few waterfalls, and overall just kind of a rocky region. You can see into the forested lands as well from
Pi
there.
immediately gets very, very talkative all of a sudden because she wants to talk about everything. She's like excited to say, oh, you have to go over here because they have the amazing, these unbelievable muffins. And then if you go over there, there's this really big, it's called the, oh gosh, it's been so long. It's the sundial of Terra. And it's like this giant sundial, and it just tells the time, but it's huge. And she, yes.
Pi.
Yes.
Pi. I love everything you're saying, and I want to see all these things. We have 1 minute for this ring. Where do I need to go with this?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so this way.
you still carrying it, kind of like wheeling it along, and then like having to lift it and wheel it along and lift it. You slowly make your way into the district. Correct me if I'm wrong. The district of Wells,
Yes.
Pi, which is a little older, and the buildings look a little more worn, but not necessarily in a bad way, in a rugged way, in a way that kind of shows a long history. And you see a lot of these kind of two-story buildings here and there. Pi, feel free to describe your home as you finally make your way home. Turn a corner and see it.
My home, it's still markedly in swampland. So if we're coming to my home, it's still on the outskirts of town. We're getting a little further out. But it's really just kind of a little cottage, honestly. It's got, it was built by some of her ancestors, and it is Very small, just a couple of rooms, but very, very comfortable. Surprisingly well appointed for a swamp cottage. Pie's mom had very good taste, even though it wasn't expensive taste, but it was still very good taste. So everything is well made if it isn't like fancy. And so when you walk in the door, there's typical things that you would expect to see. You have a table and a rug, and then like there's a very, very large chair. Like it's huge, kind of in the middle of the room. And if you look at the walls, you'll see that there's like, pots and pans that are hung on the walls, and there's little artifacts from things that, from Pie's life. You know that there's little things that like kind of show that she was a child here once, and there's a couple of bedrooms, and just a very simple little place. But one thing that you may notice, I want to say you would have to have at least, if your passive is at least 16, I'd say you would notice that there's definitely something under the rug. There's a big old stain on the floor under the rug. And Pie does try to kind of stand over it, like kind of like draw attention away from it. But so she's a comfortable little cottage, but still close enough to where she can get to the spring that's nearby, because she still refuses to drink from the wells there.
Zito, a chair you can fit in. You've not seen one in some time.
I mean, I was also raised by a Leonin.
Them's big.
He probably just had like a kitty bed that he just like curled up in.
Yeah, you would probably be incredibly comfortable in this chair, because Hugh was described as a mountain with legs.
Upon walking in, Zito would like look around and like take it in, and then just full thunk the ring down, and go, This actually makes a lot more sense. When we got to that place, I was like, oh no, Pie has been lying to me about everything this whole time. But now I see this is what you were describing was.
Yeah. 100 years goes by and they'll change on you.
Are there any, like, upon entering the city of Wells, were there still any sort of like dedications to the demon that terrorizes the city once a year?
There is not here. You didn't pass it, but there is an alcove along one of the cliffs, and there's a festival.
Yep.
The Mothman Festival.
Something similar to that, but it's usually used to like scare children into being good. I was absolutely terrified of Mentiroso when I was little.
You should keep that. That is a healthy fear.
You're not wrong.
He senses the confidence.
Another thing I can say, wow, when Zito sits things down, and I want to preface there's no disrespect to this house, to the city of Wells, to Sunton. He just comes from a place where he's not really a city person at all. He had to get used to Pardon. He had to get used to that manner. So the first thing you notice is that he is not there, because he has found whatever garden or a thing that you might have, and that's settled there for a bit as he takes this in. This is the equivalent of someone taking out their headphones and sitting in a corner.
Kazric would be very comfortable. Kazric would be very comfortable at Pie's home because it's very low tech. We're talking about it's still got a cistern. When she got back from Arcade, she did put in some plumbing. Because plumbing was nice, okay?
Because big brain, that's brilliant. Do that.
Yeah,
that's
it's wonderful.
just hygienic.
But it actually has a cistern, and the bathroom is very, very organic looking. It's like the entire floor is just big, like river rocks paved into the floor. and then like everything is very organic looking. It's made from what exists in the swamp, and there's a big old porch that goes around the outside. It's just a short walk over to like where the swamp proper is, but there's like there's a freshwater spring that's not very far away. It's actually a really short walk.
All of this.
I'll say it like this, Zito, or not Zito. Me. I'll say it like this to me. No one listen, please. I'll say it like this, CB. The picture in the Discord is St. Louis, and we are currently in the city of Herman, which is like halfway to Jefferson City.
Look at his face.
Stop.
From where you are, Kazric, to
I got it. I nailed it.
from where you're standing, Kazric, if you were looking at the house, you're standing in this kind of garden and swampy area. If you're looking at the house, around and behind it, you can see down into the city. And then to your right and behind you is Cliff Ocean. And then to your left, it goes off into the swampy woods. It's like three vastly different images. And then bringing it all together is this adorably quaint little homestead.
One thing that might interest Sika is that there's a musicality to it. As the wind blows, the house, like by design, makes music.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Pi doesn't know what. I mean, she has a knowledge of Aeolian tones, but there's been clearly someone who knows something about the way music is made using natural, the way that the wind moves through the swamp and stuff. And there's little things of what do you call it? Fulmerite, whatever. The glass, the sea glass has been like hung
Wind chimes
into wind chimes, exactly. But then it's not just that though. It's also the way that the house is built is that when the wind moves past it, it'll make it is musical. It not obvious like it's not melodies or anything, but it's clearly been built in order to take advantage of that.
Sika, it's a testament to the deep lore of the natives of the island city of Pardon.
Really?
And the understanding of magic, and you can see the nature foundation that was so pivotal to them.
Oh, I love that.
Because Aeolian tones is nature in motion.
Yeah, and
It would be nice. 100% would be.
you would see Pi definitely relaxes. Like it's almost like her shoulders leave her ears. Like she's been walking around just tense the whole time, and now it's like finally it like lowered her shoulders. And she starts, straightening up a little bit immediately because it's been a little while since she's been home. But then, I invite you to make yourselves comfortable.
Yeah, Kazric is just bloop, probably like around outside, more on like the swampy side, taking some samples.
It's like shins deep in mug.
This, 100%. Yeah, that's normal. He's like collecting swamp samples from the water, from just the natural flora here, just to see the difference between the flora here versus the flora in Whistling. Just things to keep his mind going while he acclimates
Kazric,
to the space.
I actually have a request for you. I didn't even think about it until just now. The town of Wells had, I don't know if, it's obviously everything's grown up around it, so I doubt it's still a problem, but for a while there was something wrong with the wells here. They were actually being tampered with. If I gave you some water samples from it, would you be able to analyze them? To find out what was being put into it?
Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah. Let me start.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's okay.
No. Just trying to. He's not overstimulated, but he's just trying to get out of it. So he's just let me settle, and then we can talk about.
Absolutely.
The funny thing is,
I think he like goes under the water for a second.
The funny thing here is that CB was also the person that was responsible for.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sounds fake.
It's true.
I just think it's funny.
It's a full circle moment.
In the other campaign where like this thing was revealed, CB was part of the reason.
Oh.
So.
Anyway.
Well, I will say, before we grab our second break, it sounds like notes of decompression and therefore processing traumatic events of late might be in order. I want to quickly go down the line, and I'm going to start with Pi. Tell me about some processing that you go through in this moment of perceived safety and
Well-
normalcy. You've already told us a bit about how it's a relaxing factor and stuff like that. Let me say this, what has wounded you or freaked you out the most of your experiences of late?
I think, she's always constantly worried about time. Time has not been her friend.
Okay.
It's taken mostly people from her, and one of the things that she's kind of glad that nobody has asked anything about it, honestly, but when she left Wells the first time, she left her father there and he died while she was gone, and she found him when she came back, covered in mushrooms. She is kind of noting that she's had a couple of moments where she's been kind of like, oh my gosh, we're going to change pains, and oh my gosh, the time is going to change, and then being kind of relieved that it's only been a couple of weeks, and then now we're changing again, and it's like, okay, now we're moving from this place to this place. Even teleportation has been kind of starting to worry her just a little bit, because it's like anytime she has to do something that is not actual physical movement, it does kind of like there's an apprehension, and part of the reason why she's a little like late to get through that teleportation circle is like, okay, all right, is everything going to be different when I get there?
The thing that you find healing and relaxing is that you do the math and you find that it really hasn't been that much time in your trip through the ethereal. Zito, what does this look like for you? What's something that fucked you up the most of late? Social, maybe some of the horrors you've seen along the way. The traps, maybe. You mentioned the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you know that for a fact there are no traps around you that Pi wouldn't know about. Maybe that.
I think probably the biggest thing would be like seeing Pi back home would make Zito miss home. But in thinking about home, would remember that as soon as Pi found me, the first thing she said is that Arcturion is missing.
You remember
So I think
Archeon's
he'd
got a big
probably
chair
just
like
be
that too.
Yeah, I think Zito would probably just be like 1,000-yard stare
Okay.
While laying in the chair and just thinking about like,
oh man, even when this shit is over with,
Gotta go find Archeon.
even more shit, just one fucking battle after another.
Any healing element going on, or no, not really?
No,
Okay.
it takes a lot longer than a brief respite to
True.
heal from war.
Very true. Very true. But
I don't think Zeta would still like allow himself to process any of that.
yeah, journeying through dangerous areas ramps up attention. So it's not so much of a large-scale trauma heal as it is like, of late, it's been rough, now we're breathing kind of a situation. Not so much in a macro, but in a micro.
Right.
But I definitely understand Zito's innate lock-in mentality.
Yeah.
Sika.
I
This is
think
like a
if-
deep breath more than anything else.
If Zito ends up falling asleep in the chair, Pai's gonna end up in there with him. That's just gonna happen.
Okay. Sika.
If Sick is able to, like, we're getting this moment to
Process.
reflect on everything.
Yeah, maybe
and stuff.
heal potentially.
So, all of what has happened has felt like a rush for Sika. First starting with being able to create a spell, which was huge for him. And I think he didn't, not this is a Sika thing. In his mind, he hasn't had a chance to process himself that he's creating magic. And when he was going through there, all of a sudden surrounded by dead Luminen. After being so long in his life of not seeing a single one until Rampant. So he's getting these layered on feelings that, as much as like of Lumina just dying left, right, and center, but then with Jen saying that there's a bunch living on the other continent, he's like, okay, so now I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
There's all these. It's a sense of being alone, and why was he left alone when there's so many other things? Like, why couldn't there have been these steps that helped him find his people and to not be feeling so discarded throughout his years? And it makes him relatively angry, and it fuels a few of his convictions that he has, which were swayed by being with the party, and it started to remind him of echoing thoughts of why he started his purpose. And so, but then getting to this place, and maybe it was just the last lick of bowing to a dragon and shoving it off as they walked through. He's just feeling solid, but no foundation. He's trying to find it, and it's just not going there. So he's leaning into the places of his sorrows more, and like, not that it would say anything. As I said before, when it happened, Robin finding her parents was something so lovely for him to see, but it was very hard for him to go through imagine the death of his family again. So it's been a rough one. He has had absolutely no healing.
Okay.
No healing. It's just, if anything, it's been more empowering in ways of his original ideas.
Heard.
Yeah.
Kazark.
Ooh, child. Kazak's in an interesting place because his current thoughts are no longer about growth. He has found, through trial and many tribulation, his magnum opus, I say his, but it's been something that the world has been trying to do for so long, and he figured it out.
And it's in your pocket.
This crystal, this thing that somehow is so alchemically in tune with the planes that he can tilt it and it creates. But now there's so many factions and factors. He set out on this journey to stop his mother, which was such a big thing to do on such a, in reality, small scale. Still big to him, so still important that she could take the world out and start over if that's what she thought was the best option. But now her connection to some of these figures and the way the world is a lot more interconnected. We used to think that the Fune are kind of their own nomadic thing across away from Port and away from, you know, Whistling as a whole, at least the society of it, and he's realizing just how much they were just as part of the society as everyone else was, especially with what's happening with his mom. And he's really trying to figure out what ultimately is the best option for what, again, sits in his pocket. How does he save a world that every time he goes somewhere else, he learns they all have the same goals? It's getting hard.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting a little hard. But he keeps it together, and he's going to keep learning for the sake of his party, his new family.
Yeah. Do you come to any conclusions?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think the next part, especially because I have realized how much Kazric does not care for or understand, nor does he want to understand gods and divinity. Every single last people are becoming gods. People are acting like gods fakely. Gods can be killed and turned to corpses and potentially used by these people. You're not really anything special. You just happen to have a bigger scale. So he's just thinking. But with all that being said, I think he knows there's forward momentum in potentially separating this dragon at the very least to see what happens next, either on the nightmare or on the dragon side. So there's just answers, and he's a scientist with unsolved problem in front of him. So being with this party will help him solve that.
Yeah, and the aftermath of solving complex puzzles. The weight that comes with it. I mean, with the right motions, you could bypass the industrial era. But then what? And then that weight of like who, why, how is on you because you solved a puzzle. You know what I mean? Like, because you solved this huge cosmic conundrum. And so it's not that it's alienating, it's that it's heavy.
It's heavy, but it's also, he has life in his literal pockets, but everyone seems to want calamity. So what do you bring to them if it doesn't seem like anyone really wants this world to be better? They just want to be at the top.
Make a history check.
I don't like that. But I will. Okay. Using the green dice. And it's a dragon. 26.
You know one good-natured noble. Every other example you've been given, every other option that's been put at your feet, you found the evil. You found the greed within, or the delirium, or the hatred. But there's a thorn who seems to be fighting all the other thorns, that seems to be pushing back at every direction for the people. But does that mean you can trust him? Or have you just not found what it is within Lord Braylor? And that weighs on you.
I'll also be honest with you. Just full blown honest with you. He's also thinking if the answer isn't life, if the answer is taking out the problems. He's been hanging around Zito a little bit too long.
You shudder as those thoughts are thought in your mother's voice as you remember similar arguments and justifications and logic. It sneaks in on you and you note it.
And just to like Budden, I think if the camera was like looking down at him, there would be just like a sudden, not sudden, but like a slow growing intensity of the glow from the crystal, just for a moment, as a reminder how my magnum opus is also the biggest bomb to exist.
Bless all.
And not everyone even knows, and for the largest part, the world doesn't know. Wait on this poor goblin. Zito.
One last thing before a break. I think after like resting for a little bit, after a pretty long silence, Zito would say, "Pie, do you have any milk?"
Maybe almond.
Never mind.
And with that, we're gonna go to a break. Can I be the goblin? All right, we'll be right back. And we're back. Not that the party needed it, because we just took it, but the party gets a long rest.
Okay. I'm gonna do what I did before without the potion of diminution.
Okay.
And Sika will use the Aeolian tones of the house to bring out a song for the heroic inspiration to be there for everyone who didn't use it.
Very nice.
Or use it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, just in case. 2 potions of heroism, 1 of speed, and some sovereign glue.
Excellent fare. At one point, Kazric, you're out in the swamp.
Yeah.
Doing your swampy best. Swamp thing. Zoe comes out. Manages to kind of scratch their way through one of the doors. Annie's face. And Kazric, you watch as Zoe leaps into the swamp region, the swampy lands, and starts pedaling and digging around one area.
Just gonna watch and see if they're looking for something. If something that like caught their eye.
Yeah.
Or something seems familiar.
I think keeps digging. You're keeping a watch from a distance, and finally looks back towards the house with something in their mouth, and they start kind of heading back to the house, and then they note you and starts heading towards you. Comes over to you and
what is it?
it's the finger of a goblin.
Okay.
Check your hands.
How immediately? How old does it seem?
Oh, it's a swamp.
Yeah, it's pretty rotted, but it's not gone.
Well, that's
So
what
you're
I'm
looking
checking.
at. Yeah, so make a
It wouldn't
medicine
be-
check.
Yeah. Of the people here, I think I can figure that one out.
I agree.
Based
That's why
on
your
my
medicine's so
pants.
high.
Yep. Again, it's less about if it's old, great.
Well, you're looking for a specific detail, so I think a check kind of comes into play.
Yeah, 100%. That is that. And 25.
Maybe a week plus.
Okay, that was my worry, that it was old but not old. A week is not a month. A month is not a year. Okay. I'm gonna go to that spot and start digging as a whole to see if there's a body.
Yeah, there's a body.
I don't like that.
You dig up an old friend. His name's Brainard. You knew him growing up amongst the Fune. It's vertigo-inducing to find him here.
Kazric hates death. Like, Kazric knows death. Kazric knows passing. Accidents happens all the time. It doesn't hurt less necessarily, but he's not in a state of mourning. He is, I don't want to say a state of shock, but there is what appears to be maybe apathy that comes over him for a moment as he scans for how.
Yeah. You find the crossbow bolts. You look to the woods. You look down to the city of Minutes. You look at what was a closed down and empty house. And you see the root.
Root?
The route that they would have taken.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Using an empty house as cover. Not in the house, but it's a less visible route into the city of Minutes. Being so tucked away.
I'm asking very specific questions, but I think it's important. The crossbow bolts, are they still in the body?
Yes.
Or in some capacity, obviously it's swamp. Is there a world where I can figure out did he come here with crossbow bolts in him, or was he shot here?
He's got one crossbow bolt in his stomach and one in his back.
So he was running at some point.
And then got hit a second time and probably fell here.
Okay. From there, I would check route. Where was he running from? Because it sounds like he was running from
the orientation, it looks like he was running into the city of Minutes. From the woods.
Above the table, does Sika still have Speak with Dead?
I always will, because I learned how to sing with the dead.
Yeah,
necklace.
but I'm also not so sure that Kazric likes those kinds of spells.
Oh, it's an added complexity.
Oh, it's not complex. He would not let it be cast. I can tell you that right now. At least not in that capacity.
Yeah, Speak with Dead to Kazric is asking Zito to rob a bank.
I wouldn't cast a spell on someone of for Kazric in his relations, because I know his thing, so it would only be if he asks.
I just had to check one quick thing. Anything in pockets? Anything that hints to why he was running?
Looking through his stuff.
If he's away from the tribe,
Mm-hmm.
he was running from them or trying to get back to them in some way, shape, or form. He was not with them.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out why he wasn't with them. I know that they've been spotted here. I know that Crunchy was sent by Mom, so someone else being away from the tribe isn't unheard of. He's just trying to figure out what was his purpose.
We have an address and a corgi.
And now you have a key. Finally, the writings of a letter to send home started over and over and over again and never sent. In it, you find the writings of Rayan, directed to the Fune and Zerga.
Rayan or Raynor?
Raynor, thank you.
Thank you.
Raynor. And there's a lot of different approaches to the same angle. I'm not coming home. We cannot continue. This is wrong. I will not ally myself with elves who invade and take territory. This is not the way of the Fune. It gets worse. Snippets of confirming what you've heard before, not finding, or finding, but not allowing, or sorry, I'm so sorry. Finding and confirming that a specific artifact has been broken and cannot be remade. A failure of a mission. And the mention of a name. Drogar.
Have we heard that name before?
Ben has.
I was gonna say it sounds familiar.
Is that? I'm assuming that's not a name that comes to mind at all.
Nope. Drogar showed me
But
the
Ben has or
errors.
Zito has?
Ben, not Zito.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
Wait, what?
Drogar.
He was saying one of my characters at some point has heard the name
Okay,
Drogar,
thank you.
which is
I'm
why
like-
Ben has
Ben
heard
is
the
like,
name
oh, that
before.
sounds familiar.
Ben has heard the name before.
Okay.
I'm staying with Drogar. I will not be coming home.
Staying with Drogar. Okay, so that's an active person. Okay. The crossbow bolts. Do they seem to be of goblin make?
No.
So the Fume didn't kill him.
Safe to assume.
Something else did. But they're like, are they of elven make?
Yes.
That crystal is glowing.
I feel the weight of everything on me. Have some more.
Okay. Patrick is not a screamer. He, calm down. He is not. Morning looks so different for the Fune. I think there is celebration, not celebration, but like the cycle. So there's definitely a level of like coming together and understanding, blah, blah, blah. But I think for someone that's analytical and not as that, it's so different. It is simply a return to the earth. Not in the swamp. The swamp is where death was. So in an area that has flowers or a little more verdant, if there is anywhere, that is where he will put Raynor's body.
Say the last part again. I'm so sorry.
Sorry,
Where you put the body where?
He
Somewhere.
died
Return
in
to
a
the dirt.
swamp.
Yeah.
He's not going to bury him in a swamp.
Okay.
He's going to bury him in somewhere that is more teemed with life. Not necessarily, like a garden, but somewhere that's not
Well, there's the forest.
decay.
There's the forest,
would
which
bury
is
him in
teeming
the
of
forest.
life. Okay.
Have you come and told us about this?
Nope.
Okay.
Roll a D100 for me, Kazric.
Not yet, at least.
You venture into the woods.
D100. Where's my other? No. Where are you, ma'am? No, I can't use that one. Sorry. I'm missing a dice. It's somewhere. I'm trying to only use my green dice. 65. Nope, 56. Yeah.
You stand. You stand over the upset dirt that you have dug up and buried your kin. And as you sit here, a buck slowly walks into the little glade that you found. Eats some of the leafage and roughage around. Doesn't seem alarmed by you. And kind of watches this sober moment for a time. And then a younger doe kind of slowly wanders in as well. The buck gets a little more protective, kind of puts himself in between you and the doe. And then they hear something and kind of do that kind of leap run away. And Adeline makes his way through the roughage. Apologies, I wanted to ensure that you were okay. I'll leave you to this process. Lingers a moment to make sure that you're okay. See if you say anything.
As Kazric is finishing the process, and the doe's coming over the buck, Adeline's voice is probably the thing that breaks him out of that kind of monotony. He's been quiet, but his face hasn't really been seen. So when he does turn, there have been tears on his face. He's just still very quiet. It's been real, but I think it's also much more so now. I think decisions and choices have to get made soon. And I hope that everyone's ready for that.
I don't think anyone's ever ready for that, but you're right. Decisions need to be made, and they're thrust upon us to a certain degree. He does a little head nod, and you hear a little whistle note as he threw his
Have you heard of a Drogar?
gun-shaped head. Drogar. Drogar. No. I can ask around.
No. I'll see if the others have thoughts. I'm gonna finish this and then I'll be back.
If you're not back in 15 or so minutes, I'll come looking. And he wanders off. Back in the direction he came from.
He takes a little bit longer. Just finishing, making sure that, in a way, it is as if that spot hasn't been touched. There's not like a hump or anything of that sort.
Okay.
He's actually gonna put. This is probably silly, but he's actually gonna put some of the parsley onto the grave as well. Just let it naturally grow. However, if it chooses to take root, but he would come back.
You learn something kind of sad, but important. This world tree seed, this parsley, does not take root where there is dead.
I think it's the symbology of it all.
Yeah, that's oof.
I think it's that, but also death is part of the world. He just doesn't have to like it, but he can respect the cycle. But he has a lot of thoughts, and he is heavily clocking again the way that they came from, the way it seemed that they were going, and that name, as well as other things that we are doing here. But that's giving him some things to ponder as he probably picks up Zoe. Holds him for a moment, holds him, kind of pets, as walks back to the house.
Just happy to be along for the show. Our Zoe. Not a thought in there. Just vibes.
And I will say this, not to add more time, but there was a moment in that pondering that when that crystal was glowing, he has the ability to do exactly what his mother does in a different form. I could bring back the dead if I really wanted to. I just choose not to.
The Church of Death would commend you.
They could fuck off. Respectfully.
Okay, yeah, there's like a lunch where everyone kind of comes together after this long rest, where everybody, including all the NPCs, kind of gravitate together.
All hands on deck in Pie's kitchen.
Oh yeah, excellent fare. What's the food? Just to be brief, Pie. What's the food of choice
it's
here?
absolutely brunch food. It's it's
yeah.
all the brunch food. It's the
Hell yeah.
pancakes and it's waffles and it's home fries.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping for gator tail.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's like a boudin. There's like a
Okay.
some boudin, Cajun meat, some spiced meats.
Andouille.
I don't know that one.
Character's name. Andouille
It's
It's a
sausage?
type of sausage.
Andouille sausage?
Spicy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I didn't know the name.
Use it to make jambalaya.
Like it's
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a decent chance you're just
Jumbo.
pronouncing it the way that it's spelled
Maybe.
and not the.
Well, I've definitely been eating it all this time. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you of all people, 100%.
110%. There's you can get a like a Cajun eggs Benedict. Anyway, I need
Pie
to
is
get back
absolutely giving every one of you, y'all getting jobs. Like everybody's got put to work. So
into this. Adeline goes dibs on dish duty.
fair enough.
Also, good evening. I feel like I haven't been saying that enough yet. Kazric, as a point of honorific, as a point of recognizing the gravity of the situation you're in, he didn't say good evening as he walked in on that scene, and that's the first time I have ever had Adeline not say good evening walking into the scene.
That's true. Good evening.
Yeah, but he does say it too much now in compensation in the small talk.
In case of something y'all want to do, Kadrick's not going to show up after, like, once breakfast is already set, most likely. Just for timing's sake, so I don't want to, like, say he's suddenly here or anything like.
Oh, okay. One thing that you might have, just a weird little detail that I just wanted to throw in there just for fun is if you have tea, the honey that is on the table sparkles because the bees they get their nectar from the dandelions,
The golden dandelions.
and so the honey actually sparkles.
That's sick. I love that. Anything we want to cover before we wrap for the night? We've got about 14 minutes. Excellent fare.
I think
Go ahead.
at some point Pi might have quietly just said to Zito, "Are you still planning on going through with the no rage anymore?"
Not so long as any of you could be within reach.
Okay, well, you need to tell them that. It's not fair to let them go into a fight without knowing. I'm not going to try and argue.
I'd like to believe that I have more to offer in combat than just my rage.
Oh, yeah, of course you do. I'm not saying you don't. But I think they've probably come to expect certain abilities, and it might be nice to know. I think if I were going into a fight, to know that that was not on the table. I'm not going to try and argue with you about it. I'm not a fan of going into rage myself, so. But I think it's probably important that they know.
I understand. Thank you for telling me.
And that's it. I'm dropping it.
Okay. Adeline offers to go scout out this address for the doggo. In doing so, Kazark, you realize that the address and the key and the name Drogar might be connected, and you're the only one that knows that context.
Yeah.
Withholding information might endanger our boy Adeline.
Oh, no information is being withheld, just was timing's sake.
Exactly, because everyone's here, and so it feels like, oh, this is not a good time to just like lay bare the emotions.
It's less of that. It's just breakfast. He's walking in as breakfast was finished or finishing or.
Gotcha.
I wonder, like, if there's things that happened while his breakfast, like that happened before he walked in. He would, in a weird in a weird way, he typically goes to Zito first a lot. Not because he's leader, but he tends to go like here. He kind of goes past Zito and goes to Pi. It's just, he pulls out the key and he like holds it out. Do you know it, Drogar?
She takes the key. I don't know a Drogar, but where did you get this?
The address. The dog.
The address on the dog.
The because Zoe has the collar with the address on it.
Right.
Kind of holds up. I won't get into it right now because I don't think it's at this very second, though it probably will be in the future. I have found someone of my tribe who is no longer upon this plane, and within their pockets was this key and a letter to Drogar, and I think if 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, the address is probably his, and I want to know more about that place at some point.
Okay. Okay, so this is a really weird situation that I was not expecting to have happen. Pi actually has one of her areas of expertise, one of her proficiencies is in keys and locks.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a weird hobby
Make-
of hers. She collects keys, like antique keys. I actually have them. I have prop keys for her.
I think I remember you mentioning that at one point.
Yeah.
Make me a history or an investigation check.
Okay.
And if you wouldn't, add your proficiency. If you aren't able to, then go ahead and add your proficiency.
Oh, sorry, worst timing. I have to grab something from the front.
Yeah, you're good.
Investigation. Okay. I am proficient at that already. 17.
This key belongs to someone in the Riddle district.
Riddle. Okay. Does that mean something to me? The Riddle district?
It's
Sounds like a riddle.
it's a place where it's easy to be hidden. It's a
sounds
cramped
alright.
it's a cramped part of the city.
Okay.
It's easy
Then
to lose a lead or something like that. And
Okay.
you compare it to the address and you go, this must be in the Riddle district.
Yeah. Okay. She'll probably just kind of start going off and talking about just way too many features about this key that can possibly be important. It's
And
like
the
they're just
flanged
very
part.
exactly very unimportant details, but she's going off about it, because that's just one of her little things. But that's good to know, and probably go talk. Yes, try and make a plan to go. Do I know that this is like an area that we need to be careful in, or I mean, does it have a reputation
The
other
city
than
of
that
Minutes
you can
does
hide
not
there?
have high crime.
Yeah,
but it's got crime.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know about any gangs or anything like that. It's not really your forte. Not likely gonna be a huge like crime syndicate to be found here. But pirates maybe.
Interesting.
It's a port city in between two very
That's
important
true.
continents. And it's sovereign. It is its own independent city state. And so pirates would be able to make good use of such a location. The Riddle District would be a very tight-knit spot, easy to have quiet conversations in dark tavern corners, as it were.
Okay.
CB,
All right.
pirates!
So whatever just came out of Feff is what I would say.
The Riddle District that this key was made for is a tight-knit, packed place within the City of Minutes. There isn't much for organized crime in this realm, but being a sovereign city-state of its own accord in between two continents, there's going to be pirates. Or at least smugglers.
Okay. 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 He seems out of it.
Yeah, he seems out of it.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
But he goes, I can go whenever. And he's gonna like sit at whatever chair his little feeties are dangling. And he's gonna eat.
I think Pi would probably try and do whatever she could to to make him comfortable, but in the most unobtrusive way possible. It's like, think about like if somebody who's been with someone long enough to have picked up on some of their mannerisms and some of their habits, and be able to kind of anticipate what they're going to want or going to want to do. So things that Kazric would, think about a half a second later about wanting have already kind of shown up there. Just so that there's less thinking for him to do, because she's picked up that this is not, he's off for some reason. So
Sika would notice as well. Zito, what's your passive insight? I don't think it's very high.
Was that 12? Hold on, let me double check.
Okay, so while you would have
passive insight 12.
Well, you would have heard all of this about the key and such. You don't really pick up on Kazric being off. Sika and Pi in this instance do.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll go there. I think we're good there. Thank you everybody for being here. Whole lot of information. I'm excited to see what alternatives we come up with, if needed. This is gonna be fun. But we have our heading. Chat, thank you for being here. We're gonna do a raid. I DM 4 weekly campaigns, and they're all connected. And if you would like to get caught up in any of that, you can go over to the YouTube. We've got 7 years of stuff over there. And if you would like to get with our community, you can find us over on the Discord. We have memes, and we have a phenomenal community that's chaotic as it is wholesome. And most importantly, we have bingo.
Bingo!
And if anybody won bingo tonight, please post it in the channel. Do go check out the short form. Go check out the short form content, which is just edited versions of these episodes over on the Instagram and TikTok and YouTube as well. Big shout out to Annie and Din. Let's see, Heinefall.com if you're into the LARP and you're in the Texas area. Yeah, I think that'll be it from me while I gear up for this raid. Let me throw it over to Shane Whalley.
Whalley, lovely to meet you. Hope you had a wonderful time with us tonight. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Shane Whalley. Getting back into posting content again after taking a big break, so that's very fun. Yeah, so Sick is having a fun day. Lots of thoughts, lots of memories, lots of things he has to plot and plan. Probably going to end up having a few conversations with our changeling friend. Being that they're somewhat new and stuffs, their opinions may be something very good, but who knows? And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about him, other than seeing Kazric in an off sense. He's going to make sure that if he does approach it, it's going to be in a way that won't make Kazric uncomfortable. So we'll see how that will play out in the next episode. But yeah, can't wait to see us next time, and also make sure to come in on Saturdays for Bayonet. Other than that, I'll send over to Omega.
Hey friends, my name is Omega Jones again, also known as CritBard across all social media channels. Pronouns are he and they. I've been Kazric, who... Oh, God. He's wrestling with some thoughts right now.
Big stuff.
Which is... It's hard, because he just has this mentality just coming from the tribe that he's... has been with, and just the way that they go about doing things, which is very go-getter, just do it type of energy, and if it's not there, make it and build it so you can do it. He's at a point where it's like, who do I need to take out to stop all this from happening, because now my people are getting killed. And that list includes his mother. And he's trying not to get to that point of thinking, but who child? So he's actually the way he kind of processes things is to do. to do stuff, whether it's fixing a problem or doing something else or something, whatever. So right now he's like, whether we're gonna rob a bank or go to this riddle district, whatever we need to do, let's just start doing it. So I stop thinking. The more I think, the more this bomb is primed.
Oh my god!
He's like, he's gonna keep going.
Would not be the first time someone's done a big detonation on a city within the Sunton Isle.
Oh my god! Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, they do that, don't they?
Poor Sunton.
It would be twice, which isn't a lot, but it is weird that it happened twice.
Right.
At least it's not the same city.
I would have 2 nickels.
But yeah, I think he'll be okay. He just needs to do something. So he's ready to do something. I will toss it to Annie.
Hi, I'm Annie. I'm here to learn 5 on all platforms. I've been playing Paella Minette Brigitte. I can't say my own name tonight. Paella Minette Brigitte Renaud. She is from the Sunton Isles. She got back to her house. If you were watching her, you'd notice that she packed a few things with her. She's taking a few extra little items in her backpack. With her, just because now that she's the mission has changed slightly. She's gone from teacher to action hero, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but definitely thrown a few different things in her bag. Yeah, just feeling very, very at home and glad to have a few minutes back in what feels a little bit normal and ready to go deal with a shadow dragon. Shane.
I already went.
Ben.
Did you already go? Oh, it's Ben. I'm so sorry, Ben. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Ben Brainard. I'm playing Zito Barbarian, the Path of Knuckles, so much Barbarian. Zito's in this plane of existence to fight in a war, and every day since then has gotten more convoluted. Zito misses the days where he just got to show up, and then somebody would go that way, and then he would punch in that direction. And now he has to do stuff like think.
The barbarian's conundrum. Must
And
think
care.
the world complicated.
And investigate. There is no think pay on my LES.
Yeah. The world's still complicated.
As 1990s Irish girl group Bewitched once said, "C'est la vie."
Get out.
Anyway. Real life stuff, I'm writing D&D books. If you like D&D books, you want a book that introduces a subclass for every single class in the game that focuses on using hit dice to power abilities, I have that. And if you want a book that revamps crafting, the crafting system in D&D, I have that available on my website as well. The crafting book is actively being written, so there will be updates that come with it. And then also I'm getting more into streaming. It's becoming a regular thing now. We took yesterday off because I needed to rest, but tomorrow we'll be back again. Playing some Elden Ring, first playthrough of the DLC Shadow of the Erdtree.
You've been liking it?
Starting, dude.
It's so good.
It's gorgeous.
It's
gorgeous. It's so
very
good.
pretty
The
game.
story is phenomenal. The only knock that I have against it right now is I feel like they have added too many bosses that are more annoying than they are challenging.
So less fun than they could be.
Yeah,
Because they're
like the
more-
Ghost
they're
Flame
more
Dragon
they're
that is
just-
also fighting like a whole town of Black Knights, and you just have to like wait for the dragon to fight some of the Black Knights before you can join. And if you die, you just have to sit through half of that. You could also just run in like a crazy person, but then all of the Black Knights stop fighting the dragon because they're like, "What dragon?
There's
Tarnished!"
you
And they
now.
start attacking
Yeah.
you. And it's just some of the stuff is like more annoying than it is a challenge, and I don't like that as much, but. That is genuinely the only negative note that I have against the game entirely.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. All right.
It's phenomenal.
Everybody pile into this raid. We're going to kick it with Drew Gulliver, who is streaming some Pocopia. A good wholesome
Drew.
vibe with some good wholesome bean to contrast after such bitter coffee that we've drank tonight. Okay, bye-bye. And we're ready to